Okay, this is a video tour of the Pence 5 horsepower Cyclone, starting at the top. Speaking of the very top, this will fit under an 8-foot ceiling. The top of the motor is at 95 inches. Okay, this is the box I made. Has an ammeter, so you can tell how much current you're drawing, which will tell you roughly how much airflow you're getting. It's a 40 amp relay inside. There's another little relay in there operated by a 9-volt battery that turns on the main relay. There's the ammeter, and I calibrated against my DVM's ammeter with those resistors, so it's pretty accurate. Okay, this on-off switch activates a small relay which turns on the big relay. Okay, this is a heavy steel blower housing. It's actually covered with a thick layer of fiberglass, so it's very dead. I took a lot of measures to reduce the noise. Same with the whole Cyclone housing. This is what it sounded like before treatment, because it's about the same gauge sheet metal, and there's about 1/8 of an inch of fiberglass on everything. So you can see that it's quite dead. Okay, continuing to the bottom, there is the collection drum, which was originally a 35-gallon steel drum, and I cut the bottom off, shortened it, re-welded it, put it on casters so it would fit under the 8-foot ceiling. It's all welded back together and sealed with polyurethane sealant. I think that's shown in one of the pictures. Okay, in order to pull out the barrel, I have these little guys that swing out both sides. Oops. Well, when you pull up on this handle, you could slide it under, and that holds the lid up while you roll the drum out through emptying it. Polyurethane casters from Grizzly. Also leveling feet. You could also raise it and lower it some. The whole thing. One of the good design features of the Pence Cyclone is a very long intake tube, which allows the airflow to smooth so it's not turbulent by the time it gets inside. Okay, I've got the Clearview 16-inch impeller, which makes it almost a real 5 horsepower Cyclone. You could have a 10 horsepower motor, but if you have too small of an impeller, it just won't draw the amps and give you the horsepower and the airflow. So this actually, I'll turn it on in a second. Actually, why don't I just do that now? I have the sound level meter set up. We turn it on, and I'll give you an idea of the noise compared to this rigid shop vac. Here's the rigid. Like 79 dB, 80 dB. The rigid is supposed to be pretty quiet, and it actually is a lot quieter than the Craftsman I had before. Here goes the Cyclone. Sorry for the jerky cinematography. Okay, so the meter says the Cyclone is, I don't know what, 5 dB higher or so, although it actually sounds quieter. It's a much lower, smoother sound than the kind of bit of screaming the shop vac does. What else? Oh yeah, also per the Clearview website, inside the blower there's like a 1x1 piece of wood bonded in, and that actually helps quiet it down. It breaks up the sound waves or something like that. Oh, let me show you the current while it's running. So that was about just under 20 amps, and the full load current to get 5 horsepower to the motor is 20.8. So what that means is that the way it is now, without being hooked up to ducting, it's actually really close to giving you 5 horsepower worth of airflow, which I believe is like 1800, 2000 CFM. It'll go down obviously when you hook up ducting and add more resistance. Okay, this is a muffler which I spent quite a bit of time making. I read this paper by NASA on piston engine helicopter mufflers, believe it or not, and it has dual chambers to cut the sound down. This is also covered with like 1/8 of an inch of fiberglass. It's 1.5 inch thick MDF in the ends in the middle. Okay, this is coupled to an expander which goes to 8 inch flex ducting, which goes into these dual wind environmental filters, which are HEPA rated, 99.9, maybe 99% of particles are collected down to 1/2 a micron. So it's like super clean. The bottom is clear ducting. You hook up a shop vac to clear out the fine dust. You blow out the filters from the outside. That's recommended by wind, and that blows the dust out, and then you suck it into the shop vac. Okay, I think I have a picture of it, a still picture. This cleaning ducting is removable if you ever need to replace the filters. You could put them on the next ones. The little feet are just bonded on, so those are expendable. Okay, I think I'll stop because I might be getting to the limit of a YouTube video. Or maybe I'll go a little bit more, show the other side. Made this bracket to support the muffler so that it actually just unbolts. You could also reconfigure this if you didn't want to use up the same floor space. I think I took a picture. You can just swing up the filters and suspend them horizontally, and you could also take out that flex ducting and have the expander go directly into the filter. Okay, that's it for this one.